if I can, General, what is your impression, first of all, of this target of opportunity and the possibility of hitting Saddam Hussein?
Well, Chris, as you know from our previous discussions, I'm an air power advocate. And what I am most impressed by is how rapidly U.S. air power and U.S. military leadership was able to respond to this target of opportunity. Clearly, we had a limited number of hours of notice. We were able to get photographs of the facility, get them to the F-117 pilots, give them time to study that target set, and I think probably put 4 2,000-pound bombs exactly where they were supposed to go.
And some of the information that we're getting from our sources said that basically because it was so sensitive and they had a very small window of opportunity, we know how quickly Saddam Hussein moves, that this information went directly from the White House to CENTCOM, basically bypassing the Pentagon. How often would something like that happen?
Well, Chris, I would like to think it happens quite often because, quite frankly, Tommy Franks, as the commander in the field, men and women back at the Pentagon should not be commanding his combat operation. May God strike me dead. But that's his job to run this fight. He doesn't need a lot of help from the Pentagon. He should be given mission-type orders. They should be saying, General Franks, get this done. And then he goes out with his component commanders and fights the fight.
Obviously, compared to what we were expecting, this was a very small, very targeted operation. Did anything about the size of it surprise you or what was used?
No, it does not. This is a perfect combination. This is why we're a joint force. We essentially use F-117s to break the bunker open and then sea-launched cruise missiles, probably to use a 1,000-pound warhead to work it a little bit more, and then cluster bombs to cover the area inside the bunker and outside the bunker, assuming the possibility that vehicles might be there with people in them or people might have fled the bunker and be in the open. So I think this would, again, I am very impressed with the orchestration on very, very short notice, the joint effort, our ability to not be a one-trick pony. We're doing a lot of things at the same time, and I think doing them well.
Do you think that this was probably the best opportunity that we will see throughout the course of this war to get Saddam Hussein? I mean, how difficult is it to pinpoint him, pinpoint a location, given the fact that he does have all these doubles and that he moves around so often in these underground bunkers?
Chris, you never know, but you have to say this was probably the case. You and I understand that the Iraqis think they can predict how we're going to do business, and you can bet the Iraqi leadership thought that yesterday, if they hadn't been struck by 3 o'clock in the morning their time, the U.S. wasn't going to hit them. So they were able to have their meeting and get on with their business, and then this lightning bolt came out of the sky. So my guess is if he is still alive with his unbalanced sons, we have driven him underground, and we probably won't know where he is unless we get someone very, very close to him talking to us. But you need to understand that we're going to get him one way or the other. If we got him on the first shot of the war, that's an incredible thing to have done, but his fate is not in question.
You know, you talk about that it's really impressive to you as somebody who knows how this operates, that they were able to adjust the plan so quickly and put it into operation, but does it even surprise you, or what does it tell us about U.S. intelligence, about U.S. Special Forces, about sources inside Saddam's inner circle, that he was actually able to be pinpointed?
Chris, what it tells me is that we know a lot more about Saddam Hussein and the leadership in Baghdad and what's going on in Iraq than we did in '91. Certainly we know a lot more than I knew about Milosevic in '99. We are on top of this fight. Tommy Franks and his component commanders are incredibly well prepared. They are prepared to use branch planning and sequel planning to respond to a developing situation. Very, very flexible. I think we will stick with the main plan that we have laid down, as General Schwarzkopf made reference to in an earlier interview. Shock and awe is coming, and the Iraqis are simply not going to be able to handle it.
Could shock and awe be delayed at all if the United States thinks there is a legitimate chance that Saddam Hussein was taken out?
I think that's possible, Chris, but not for long. We're not going to sit there delaying and suck up Scud missiles going into Kuwait and going after our troops and the possibility of a shot at Tel Aviv, waiting to hear from the Iraqis that we have taken out their leader. I think this plan will go on schedule unless General Franks is told otherwise by his leadership. We need to hear from a general in the Republican Guard that Saddam Hussein and his sons are dead. This general has taken command of the Iraqi government. He has told his forces to lay down their weapons, and we are welcome to come in and pick up the weapons of mass destruction. Lacking that, I think General Franks will run his plan on schedule.
Lieutenant General Michael Short, we will be talking in the hours and days ahead. Thanks so much.
Thank you.